Hi, hello. So, today, I want to do a progress sort of deal. So basically, I'm redrawing this fan art from 2020. Or I did, I should say. But I wanted to compare from what's before, and I realized it'd probably be best if you had a visual representation of me. I also need to use this model more. I also need to stream, but I need better internet first. So, yeah. Okay. So I got dokidokiliteratureclub, which is kind of I saw that it came out, which is kind of the catalyst of why I redrew this. So it's basically just all Yuri, Sayori, Monika, and Natsuki. That's all having a little Christmas party. I wanted to talk about some things. Like, one thing is the noses. I don't know what inspired me to draw the noses like that, but like, it's really not like, okay. Another thing is, I'm not very good at drawing characters sitting. That's still something I'm working on, but I thought, hey, there's no perspective here, and so Yuri's legs look really small in comparison to the rest of the bodies. Something else, sorry for all the I just woke up, but another thing is, I feel like I could have done, like it looks like Monika's holding up a camera for a selfie, but I feel like I could have been done way better than that. Like, I feel like it could have looked better, or at least now. I don't know about back then, because I'm pretty sure this was the best I could do back then. And this took me about 8 hours back then to draw. So I also have to say the environment is more bland than like plain pasta. So I changed that, obviously, even though I hated shading the background. It was like, really, it wasn't hard, it was boring. It was just so boring. Okay. Another thing is, I think proportionally the heads are too big for the bodies, and overall, I think I could have made this look more party-like. I also tried to, I could have made this more like a party, like a little get-together of friends, because me and my friends do it every year. I feel like I could have shown that, like, better. I also tried to imply that Yuri and Natsuki were a couple. Okay, I've shipped it since middle school. I'm not gonna stop now. It's okay, but what I did, I think I could have made it more, or like, noticeable, other than, oh, it's a pink, Yuri's wearing a pink scarf, so Natsuki gave it to her. Oh, did I steal that print off of Pinterest and paste it onto a cup so it looks like Natsuki gave Yuri that cup as a Christmas present? I could have done better with that. A lot better. I also could have made my own pattern, but I'm just, I could have done way better. Okay. I'm going to show you the one from 2021 now. So let me just... Ta-da! Okay. What's it called? OBS is a magical thing, but this is the one I did this year. So I fixed a lot of the problems here, like one thing, it looks like an environment, and it doesn't just look like it looks like they're posing for a picture, but it looks more, I don't know, to me it looks more natural. Like, they're not like, oh, let's come all to the sit on this table, it's more like, hey, we're all eating, and hey, let's take a picture, woo, like, excuse me, that's my cat. Editing me will cut. Okay, and sorry about that. My cat wanted in. So, yeah, I think with the environment I did way better. Like, I added a window for some interest, and I tried to make it look like there's light outside the window. So, like, it's like, oh, look at the light, there's like an outside to the window. I don't live where it's particularly snowy, so I just kind of was like, let's put snow on the windows, because snow. Well, actually, where I do live, it gets particularly snowy once a year, and then the power grid shuts off. I'm not gonna bitch about that. Okay. I also I added, like, I thought if this was a Christmas party, everyone would chip in and bring something, especially Natsuki, because she likes to bake. So there's cookies, and I made the cupcakes that are like, okay, in like the game, Natsuki makes cupcakes for everybody, and they're cat shaped, and I remember that. So there's cat shaped cupcakes right there. I'm pointing with my ears. I also think I did a lot better making it look more warm, and I think I captured everybody's energy better. Like, I was thinking, like, Monica's just, like, taking this picture randomly, so I already noticed, and, like, was like, oh, shit, and, like, tried to make a pose really fast, and she was eating a cookie, so it's just that face. I think that face is glorious. But, okay. This is gonna be a long video, so I'm gonna just shut up now, and I'm gonna let the rest of the drawing play. Thank you so much for listening to my comparisons. Hi, hello. Okay, I already said that, but now let's get on with the drawing. So I wanted to talk about my drawing process. This took me 12 hours. I forgot to say that in the first part, but this took me 12 hours. So the first thing I started with was, as you could see, I used 3D models so that I could get a good perspective of how far back everybody needed to be. I'm working on perspective, and I'm practicing perspective. I'm still not that great at it. Or placing characters into an environment. I'm still not that great at it, but you know what? I'm getting better. I'm better than I was last year, so I'm proud. So I started with the base sketch, getting the bodies in and how big and small they needed to be. I did 2, like, sort of over sketches to get more details. And so this is the first, like, sort of sketch of the bodies and the outfits that I did in the table, and then this is the second one. It has more details and it's thinner lines so that it would be easier for me to do the line art later. And then I added in the food, which I don't really draw food or objects, so this was it was kind of a challenge. I did say this in the first part, but so in my happy little world, well, at least this is what I've heard of dokidokiliteratureclub. I haven't played it yet. I'm going to, or at least as of recording, haven't played it yet. So I heard in one of the side stories, Natsuki and Yuri kind of become a thing, which my little heart, my little heart, but I decided to imply that more by, like, making Natsuki, like, grab Yuri's arm and Yuri being like, oh, that's so cute, and giving Yuri heart eyes, and so that I don't know why I was scared to show that in the first drawing, but I'm not scared anymore. So I showed that. I also did a base of, like, the shading I kind of wanted, and then I did the line art, which was really long, and I really wish I separated the line art into the characters and the environment, and I pay for my sins later when I have to use the select tool. So next year, I'm definitely gonna be like 100% am going to be doing the characters on a separate piece of line art, because it was selecting it was like terrible. Okay, and then I wanted this drawing, since it was a redraw, I wanted to show all of my skills, and when I'm doing all my skills, it's a really long, before I even start rendering or even doing the actual flat colors, I have a long process, and this is me pre-choosing my colors before I actually put in the flat colors. Oh, so also flash warning, sorry, I know you're gonna see a lot of it because the paint bucket tool doesn't do that, but and there's some filters I put on at the end of the video, so flash warning. Yeah. Okay, so there's me trying to pick out all the colors to make sure like all the colors go nice. I also put a bunch of filters over this so that all the colors have a more orangey feel to them, so it feels like it's warm and it's like, you know, maybe in the other corner of the room there's a kind of like, I don't know, warm, it's fireplace, I don't know. And then I actually put in those colors. Whenever I do a more serious drawing of an environment and characters, I always end up doing that, which I do suggest color planning, but it is a long process. So, especially because I would recommend planning your colors and sitting on it for at least a day, and then coming back to make sure that you actually like the colors, which is what I did with this drawing, which took me actually 12 hours in total, but a couple weeks working like a couple hours at a time. Yeah. Also, as you could see when I was selecting the skin, the select tool wasn't the greatest. I also was gonna add a painting there, but then I was like, what if I just use one of my older art pieces that's also Doki Doki fan art and blur it out? And that's what I did. It was an art project I had to do last year, but I just blurred it out. It's of Sayori, and it was supposed to have perspective and be all meta, and I just felt like drawing Sayori, so I somehow put Sayori in meta place, but it's all blurred out, and I changed the hues so you can't even tell, but there's a painting on the wall, and it's there. I also, rendering this took a really long time, because I had to do 4 characters, a background, and really boring. I had like the least amount of fun doing the background. I got so bored. Making backgrounds is really boring, so you know. I've also added texture to things, which I'm trying to do more of. I don't really do it when I use Sai. I don't have textures that I can really use, because normally I use a texture brush set to multiply and I put the texture over. So I don't really use textures inside because I don't have those textures, but I was using Procreate for this because for the last drawing I used Procreate. So I had Procreate so I could have the liberty to add textures. Also, this is gonna be kind of, well, it's not off topic, but I do not like, in this drawing, there's one thing I really don't like, which is how somehow I feel like I rendered Yuri in a really strange way, and I don't know how else to describe it, and I don't know how to fix it. It just looks strange to me, and I'm just gonna have to sit and stare at it until I figure it out, and then next year I'll fix it, which sucks. But yeah, other than that, that's all I really have to say for this drawing. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If not, Happy Hanukkah. I'm trying to think of the other holidays. Oh, I'm so terrible. Happy holidays. There we go. And thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, my next video will. I think you guys will really like it. I'm redesigning characters. So, if you like my art, subscribe. If you like this video, like it and subscribe. And if you're really cool, you should share it. And thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys in the next video.